so making sense of word problems. So we're going to be working on that today again with solving a word problem. And so your learning target today is to make sense of a word problem and explain how to solve. Sound familiar? Sound like something you can do? So when we say make sense of it, we're wanting to talk about what the parts mean, right? So you're going to hear me ask you that question a lot. So when you're talking to your groups, when you're trying to solve here in a minute, talking about what does this mean, what does that mean. So don't let one of your partners just say, oh, 6 and 2 is 12. What is 6? What is 2? What is 12? Right? Make sense of those numbers like you do with numberless word problems, okay? That's what we're learning today, and explain how to solve. And then your success criteria is you're going to know you're successful when you can model the problem with a drawing and explain your model, and also want an equation. So when you're sitting there at your group and you're like, I got the equation, I'm done. Are you done? No. Trying to tell your partners what you're going to have to do to be successful today, to consider yourself mastering our target. What are the things you're going to have to do? Tell your partner. What are you going to have to show me? Is that going to be oh, what? Oh, right. But what does our success criteria say? You're going to have to make a equation. Is that all you got to do? No. What else? So come back together. What are you going to have to do to be successful today to show you are successful? I heard back here we got to do an equation. But what else? What?
A model.
A model. Right? And a model we put drawing because we really want to see that drawing and explain that model. But if we need our manipulatives, we can get those out too. Okay? So we're making sense of that word problem. You'll know you're successful when you can explain and model and write an equation. So when you're sitting at your group, if you've only done one of those things, you've got more work to do, right? Before I come around. All right, so look at that. There's some hot dogs. You guys like hot dogs? Yeah. So there's where Jaden's planning this party, and he's gonna have a hot dog roast at his party, okay? And Jaden bought 4 boxes of hot dogs. 4 boxes. You ever bought a box of hot dogs? No. Me either. But he bought 4 boxes of hot dogs, and each box has 2 packs of hot dogs inside of it. I didn't know. I have to look at that next time I go to Walmart, right? And each pack inside of that has 5 hot dogs. What Jaden needs to know is how many hot dogs she has because she's not sure if that's enough for her party, right? So I need you to make sense of the problem and then model and explain, write an equation on how you figured this out. Are you with me? All right, so you and your partners, and you're kind of going to work in your two people partners, but your whole group can talk if needed. When I come around, I may have all of you talk, but you're going to work in your 2 people partners. Yes, sir?
I'm guessing this is going to be on multiplication.
Oh, you think? Something to think about, right? So what I need you to do is get going. I'm going to set my timer for you to explore this yourself. Talk to your neighbor about what you think. So take about a minute. Let's take about a minute for you to think about it all by yourself. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds. You think about this problem yourself, and then I'm going to let you talk to your neighbor. So you think about what would you do to solve. You can write something down if you want. 60 seconds.
Okay, so you can't solve the problem yet because you don't know how many people are at the party.
Some of you are not using your private time to think. You already thought about it? You're done, baby. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer now. The timer is going. You have the time now to talk to your partner. What are you thinking? Because I already heard somebody say, I know how many hot dogs. That's great, but did he model, write an equation, can explain what's going on? Got to do all those things, right? So go ahead and start talking with your partner about what you're thinking and working on meeting that success criteria for today.
You can't solve the problem because you don't know how many people
All right, what y'all thinking over here?
You can't solve the problem yet because you don't know how many people are at the party.
Okay, right. But remember, the question is, how many hot dogs did she buy? Can you answer that question? Yeah. So what are you thinking first? What do you know?
That she has 20 hot dogs.
Oh, he said that she has 20 hot dogs. How does he know that? Where is he getting that information from?
4 times 5.
4 times 5, but remember, we're making sense of the problem today. So what does 4 mean and 5 mean? Yeah.
5 times 4.
Yeah.
if 5 times 4 equals 20.
Yeah, I agree with that. But in the problem here, what is the 4 and the 5?
The 4 is the 4 boxes of hot dogs, and the 5 is 5 in each bag.
5 in each one. So I'm wondering, can you guys show me that in a model here, either with your manipulatives or with a drawing? Can you show me a drawing or with manipulatives, what you just said? That the 4 was the what?
The 4 boxes.
4 boxes, and how many were in each one?
5.
So see if y'all can model that and talk about what happens next. Does that solve the problem?
Yep.
All right. Oh, we got some model going on here. You guys got a model yet? What you thinking? Let's take a look over here at our friend. Tell me your name, sweetie. Nyana. Did I say that right? Okay, let's look at Nyana's, y'all. What's going on here? What is this?
Groups.
Equal groups, yeah? How many equal groups does she have? 5. So remember, part of our success criteria, or my learning target, is to make sense of the problem. So what are the 5 groups in the problem? What are 5? Oh, there's 5 hot dogs. So he just said what? Aren't there what?
Aren't there 4 boxes?
Interesting. So she's saying the 5 is the 5 hot dogs. So I need y'all to talk about this.
Oh, she did.
Oh, so she has 4 boxes. So he said 4 boxes, and you're saying the 5 is the hot dog. So let me ask you this. Which one is the number of groups? Which one is the size of the group?
I was thinking the exact same thing she was thinking.
Okay, what were you
4
thinking?
times 2 equals 8, and 8 times 5 equals probably 20.
Yeah, you think so? But did you make sense of the problem? What is the 4? What is the 2? So when we said the 4 is the what?
The 4 is the boxes.
The boxes. So in our multiplication terms, was that the number of groups or the size of the group?
Size.
What do y'all think? Is it the size of the group? So look at the model. Is it the size of each group or is it the number of groups? How many groups do you see here? 4. So is 4 the number of groups or the size of the group? Number of groups. So you took the number of groups, which was what in this problem? The groups were what? 4 what? Boxes. And the size was